everyone, and welcome back to Living in Fear, a horror film podcast. I'm Mia, and I'm living in fear.
And I'm Luis, and I'm also living in fear.
Today we are talking about The Ritual from 2017. There's a newer one out now. It's like 2025. The Ritual came out completely different, unrelated. This is the 2017 one on Netflix. We'll get to that later. Spoilers ahead.
It's completely unrelated?
I mean, as far as I know, I don't think it's the same premise or anything. It just has the same title.
Just a movie, but with the same title.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Not very clearly. Yeah. I mean, it has horrible reviews, the other one, so seems like this is the better of the two to watch.
Who's in it? The new one.
Good question. It's about priests. I know that much. Al Pacino.
Al Pacino?
Weird. Dan Stevens. Do you know who that is?
No.
That's the guy that played the Beast in the Beauty and the Beast movie. I don't know what else he's been in, but that's what I always think of first. Ashley Greene from Twilight. Alice. Yeah. But I just feel like I've seen bad ratings on it everywhere. Yeah, I didn't realize Al Pacino was in it, though. That's so freaking weird. Now I'm kind of interested in seeing it. Yeah, maybe we'll do that in a later episode.
It's a horror movie?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming it's some type of exorcism type priest movie. Those look like they're the two priests, would be Al Pacino and Dan Stevens. So yeah. More on the other ritual, the ritual from 2017, later. First, Luis, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Nothing. Same old, same old. Playing games, reading.
What have you been reading?
I'm still reading Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Still playing Death Stranding. What have we been watching? I mean, we're still watching The Sandman. What else? I've been writing a lot, so that's good.
Good. New things?
Yeah, I've been writing a book, I think, because it's getting pretty long. I don't feel like I know exactly how to end it, and so I just keep adding more. But yeah, I'm really excited about this project. I think I haven't been excited in a long time about something I've written.
Yeah. Good. I think that's kind of, I get like that with artsy, craftsy kinds of things, where it's I'll be inspired to make something and then I'll get really into it, but then I go a long time without wanting to do anything again, and if I try and force it, I don't enjoy it and I don't do a good job, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of understand that, getting that good flow and that enjoyment out of it. I feel like the second you force yourself to do something too, it takes all of the fun out of it. Respect to people that, have careers. I mean, it's nice that they get to do what they love and make money doing it, but it's also, I know that the second you're doing it for money, sometimes really puts a different pressure on you. So artists and writers and,
But also the second you have money on the line or a contract, you have to do it. That's your job, you can't just be I lost interest. You just have to finish it, just like any other job. Whereas me, or you, when you're trying to be creative. Like, you know, it's just you're just doing it for fun. If I get complete it, that's fine. If I don't, you know, that's fine too.
Yeah, but even like I used to make like hair bows. You know this.
Hmm.
Not many other people do. Like Disney themed ones, like different characters and everything. And like a few of them I'm actually pretty proud of. They look pretty good. They look like you could legit sell them in a store or on Etsy or something. And there was a while where I was like, you know, like maybe I can streamline this some way where it's like quicker for me to do. And I like spent all this like time trying to figure out like how to make it like faster. But I'm a perfectionist. So I wanted them to come out like perfect and I wanted everything to be like super even. And I just was making it so much more difficult. And then I don't know, I just start looking at like, okay, well, if I sold this, how much could I realistically sell it for? How much would, you know, shipping and everything have to cost to send it to people? How much effort is that to do that? And I just really got very uninspired to make a shop out of it or something.
Yeah.
And I have now collected all of my ribbon stuff for making them to give away.
You're really gonna
Because
give it
I've
a?
been, yeah, I've had them in, you know, a box for like years at this point and haven't touched it. And like I spent decent money on it, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I don't know, don't feel like I'm gonna sell any. I don't have that drive to like make them. I feel like the last few times I've tried to like make them, I've just had like no interest. It's just
Hmm.
so I guess like it's a little bit different maybe getting started in that type of thing versus like actually having the job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm still like would be up and coming trying to like make money doing this thing and starting it off versus actually being like here's money on the line, you have to do this. But again, I think in either way, I don't know. I think I'm just that type of person where I would not the second I start getting paid to do it, I would stop enjoying it. I think some people are like that. I'm one of those people.
Yeah. I don't. I feel like I'm kind of the opposite. If I have
Yeah.
to do it, I guess, sure. There's like some, and you do lose some of the, I don't know, the fun aspect of it. But I kind of rather have that,
Yeah.
like that deadline or
I mean,
that thing that forces me to do it. Because in the
probably why
end,
you were good at school.
yeah, because in the end, because it's just discipline, right? And in the end, it's you actually end up being more creative by forcing yourself to do it. Like the creative, at least your creativity doesn't stop, and you are creating more because there is something on the line. Whereas, like, if I'm just writing for the heck of it, you know, I'm gonna stop for like months and do other things that are not, you know, not doing anything, you know, not producing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'd rather have deadlines, and I'd rather have something that, you know, can keep me accountable.
Yeah. I just, I'm not like a lazy person. Like when I'm at work, I'm constantly like working and doing stuff. And I think around the house, I do a lot. But I am definitely a procrastinator.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just certain things that I don't like to do and don't want to do. And if it's something I'm being forced to do, like homework and stuff, like homework, I always like waited until the last second. And then I would do it like really quickly. But I feel like especially with creative things, when I'm just in the mood to do it, I do my best work. When I try and force it, it might be okay, but it's not. It doesn't feel like it comes easy, and it just doesn't feel like I'm as happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's just me.
Cool. Well, I
I'm
guess.
happy you're writing.
Thanks. We'll see. We'll see when this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a deadline for it either, so like I don't know when it will. When I will finish it.
Do I get to read any of it?
Yeah, but not until I finish it and edit it. You know,
Okay.
I rather you read something that's more finished than kind of this stream of consciousness writing that I don't want you to read, because you just get better feedback when something's finished and polished.
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
But also, I can't have you just read it. I feel like I need to have other people read it too, because
I mean, I tell you that with everything. I'm not really.
yeah. Well, also you're my wife, so you're just gonna say nice things about it, you know.
I mean, we've already been over this. I'll be honest if it's like not good, or if there's things I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't feel like I'm the best at critiquing that kind of stuff. And I don't know. I mean, you went to school for literature and book publishing and stuff, and you have multiple friends that did. So I'm like, those are the people to read it.
Yeah.
Because they can actually look at it from, like, professional viewpoint, a trained viewpoint, whereas I'm like, I don't read that much. I don't have that much experience. I don't know the do's and don'ts.
Yeah, I guess eventually what I really want to do, I don't know, maybe way in the future, is have an actual professional, a paid professional editor look at it. And you can find, editors
Yeah.
online.
Yeah. It'd be cool.
Because sometimes I'm hesitant to give my writings to my friends, because, and especially if it's a book, if it's something long, like it is a commitment to read and do a critique. So I'd rather pay someone to do it, which I've never done before, but that's what I've done before on the other end.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think it'd be really interesting for you to have that feedback, since you're usually the one giving the feedback. I think that'd be really good for you.
Anyway, what have you been up to?
I mean, watching the same stuff as you. Almost done with Hollow Knight.
Yeah, almost there. We're on the last lap.
Yeah.
I'm just. I'm just glad that it's almost over.
I'm happy I made this such a positive experience for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I ruined your love for this game.
A frustrating experience.
When your dog even is hiding.
Mm-hmm.
Can I give a shout out to Kenny JD on YouTube, because I listened to her talk about Sinners, because Sinners is on like Max now, so everybody's like watching it for the first time or multiple times, and we did an episode on it. But like I said in the episode, like for one, we got out of the movie and then started talking about it immediately, so we don't have a lot of time for our thoughts to like sink in. That's just the way we do this. We don't do like a bunch of research and everything, but she's a Black woman, so she, has a little more background to some of the themes in it, and just, I think, she watched it a couple times and she probably read up on some stuff and just has, more knowledge to all that to begin with, and I just it's interesting to hear other people talk about it and hear some of the things that they have to say and the things that they related to or history of America. And I just, like I mentioned, I can't speak very eloquently on all that stuff, and it's not my voice. I feel like that matters in that discussion, so I like to hear other people's voices with it, and I like hearing her talking. So yeah, shout out to her on YouTube. She's cool, and people should watch her.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, still reading the Court of Thorns and Roses series.
You did mention that she called it a musical.
Oh, she did call it a musical. I asked Elise because I was like, would you consider Sinners a musical? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay, thank you. I wouldn't either, because she referred to it like 3 times. She's very much not into musicals. She made that very clear. But she was really digging this movie and the music in it and everything. And I was just like, maybe for someone who doesn't like musicals, they see this as a musical and they're just like, hey, look, a musical I like. But like people that like musicals are like, yeah, this is good, but it's not a musical.
Yeah.
It has music in it, but it's like performances and stuff like within the movie world. Like it's not like they just all of a sudden are breaking into song about the plot, you know.
Yeah. I think the fact that this YouTuber, it's a YouTuber, right?
Yeah.
I think the fact that this YouTuber liked the movie is evidence enough that it's not a musical.
Yeah. Well, I think she was just so happy that for once she finally liked a musical. But it's like, no, but that's probably why you liked it, because it's not. Just because there's performances in it and people singing and dancing doesn't mean it's a musical. So no shade there, but it was just funny to me, because I was like, am I crazy? Like, I didn't think it was a musical. And then Luis was like, yeah, no, it wasn't.
And I've been in several musicals in high school, in college.
So, I was just, I'm wondering if other people saw it as a musical.
Well, now I'm like, guess trying to figure out if, when it comes to the Academy Awards or whatever, if they're gonna have this as a comedy musical, category. Because I don't know. I guess it is funny, right? There's some comedy in it.
Again, I don't think I would call it a comedy either, though. But the things that have been nominated for comedies have been ridiculous, because that's like what they put themselves up as, so that they can win an award. Yeah, I feel like there are a lot of nominations out, right? But I don't know if I saw it was nominated for anything or not. I feel like I saw something mentioning that like Bella Ramsey and Pedro were like nominated for something or other.
Well, the Emmy nominations came out.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah. I just saw that Andor got nominated for a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So did Diego Luna, though? I don't think he got nominated, though, did he?
No, somebody from that show got nominated. I can't remember who it was.
I'll look at them all later, because I am curious. Not that they matter, really, but...
I want to say it was Daedra, but...
That's what I was going to say, either Stellan Skarsgård or her.
Yeah.
Or, not Daedra, what was the other girl's name? That worked with him.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm saying I think it was Daedra.
Yeah. But I'd like that one girl. That's just that was like her first. Like,
I guess if anything, she'd be supporting actress, because I feel like I guess she did have more screen time this time.
Yeah, but I still think she'd be supporting. I mean, I think Diego Luna would be like lead, but everybody else would pretty much be supporting.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They're weird with those things, and
I mean, I hope it wins. Imagine if a Star Wars show wins. an Emmy for best outstanding drama or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That'd be like huge.
Yeah. It was a good show. I still feel like, despite it getting like really good reviews and a lot of people watching it, I still feel like there were so many people that didn't watch it. I don't really. I don't know that I know anyone in our personal lives that did watch it.
Okay, so I looked it up. So the only people that got nominated is for outstanding guest
Like
actor,
actors. Who was the guest actor?
Forrest Whitaker.
Shh. Of course. Doesn't he already have an award?
And then
That's
outstanding character voiceover performance, Alan Tudyk.
yep. I mean, of course. Yeah, I don't care. Well, whatever.
Yeah, Saw
Uh,
Gerrera or freaking Forrest Whitaker. I mean,
I
he's
mean, I don't,
good. Yeah,
I
he's.
don't dislike Forrest Whitaker. He's great, but like, really, for like this role, like he's gonna be the one. Like, he wasn't in the show that much. It's all these other people that did this like outstanding work. All right. Question time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I already know this answer for you, but I'm just, you know, I think it's interesting to have a discussion on
excuse me. Sorry, I sneezed. Say that again.
it. I just said that I already know your answer to my question, but it's fun to have a discussion on it. So, subtitles or no subtitles?
I'm gonna sneeze again. Sorry, cover your ears. I'll maybe lower that volume. Subtitles or no subtitle? Uh, when I'm watching at home, always subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm watching it in the theater, of course, no, no subtitles. And somebody once told me because it's the way our TVs, like if you don't have a good sound system, it's just really hard to listen to the voices, or I don't know, like the voices don't come out as clear because something about
Mm-hmm.
the encoding or I don't know, some technical issue. That's why we
So
all.
what you're saying is we need a better sound system.
Yeah, I think we need a better sound system, but I think it's also the fault of the way, I don't know. I think it's like the way movies, shows are.
It's like the sound mixing.
Yeah, the sound mixing when you put it when you upload it to somewhere like Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
I think there's an inherent problem with the sound mixing or something when we're watching it on, at home.
I
And
always
that
hear that it's. Sorry, go ahead.
go no go I'm
No,
finished.
it's fine.
No, I'm finished.
I was to say, I always hear that it's like a big millennial thing to like subtitles.
Yeah, I mean it could be. It's probably also a big uh, Gen Z thing too. Not just a millennial thing, just the newer generation that is growing up with all these streaming devices.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, my dad never uses subtitles, right?
yeah. Well, your brother doesn't like subtitles either.
Yeah, he hates them.
But also, I'm the type of person that wants to listen to every single word that is spoken in a thing. And I don't want to miss anything. And so that's why I always have them on, because especially when you're at home when there's more distractions, I guess. Like I kind of want them to be there, just just so I have an extra safeguard where like, oh well, I missed that, but I'm always reading it.
Well, there's times where it's just like one word or one sentence you don't understand, but it's such an important one and you know it, and you're like, what did they say? And it's like, I don't know. Did you understand them? No. And then it's like you have to like either keep going and just be like, oh well, or like rewind it. And then even we've had times where we've rewound it and then it's played again and we're like, I still can't. It's like turn on the subtitles. And so I feel like that happened often enough that now we pretty much always have subtitles on.
Yeah.
I can live with or without them for the most part. Now, the times where I didn't hear what they said, like I couldn't understand it, it is really nice to have that there. But if they're on the screen, I will be reading them, whether I need them or not, which sometimes takes away from me seeing the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And if something sits there on the screen too long, like the subtitles, I'll reread it multiple times.
Yeah, yeah, it is kind of becoming a problem.
Also, they give things away.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's too soon and it'll come up, the subtitle, before the people start talking. And so you're reading this thing that's supposed to be like a shock. And you're like, oh man, I missed the moment because I read it instead of just like hearing it. Or like it'll say like who's speaking and you're not supposed to know because the character is like off screen, but then it'll say the character name and you're like, oh man. Like,
I'm wondering
yeah.
if like directors are taking that into account, that we're all gonna turn on the subtitles on their movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like if you're making this really artsy movie, that you really need to pay attention to all the visuals and all the secrets and everything, but you're reading the subtitles the whole time, like you're not gonna pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah. I mean,
so I'm wondering if like if directors are paying more attention to that, like having no dialogue during scenes that they really want you to pay attention to.
Sometimes I feel like the directors aren't as in tune to what the average like audience people are doing. Mm-hmm. I know that like the platforms know, because I know I remember reading a thing about subtitles and the way that things are subtitled, like it'll say like what kind of music, it'll like the creativity or the, I don't know, way of writing it, mm-hmm. like has gotten more, I don't know how to phrase it, like they put more care and effort into what's being written, and they're also kind of a little, not cheeky, but yeah, with like what they write as the subtitles.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Although it's probably always somebody, a third party, doing the subtitles, right? Like it's never like the creators of the film.
No, but that's why I think like the platforms like Netflix knows that a ton of people use the subtitles, so they're like making sure that everything has it. Whereas like I don't think that's something that like the movie studio cares about.
why would the streaming service care about that either though? I would think that the studio or the director would care more about that. Like, hey, I want you to not give away the movie with subtitles. Let me take care of it. Let me oversee the subtitles too. You know? Well, I feel like that's what I would do, right? Like if I'm directing a movie and I know it's probably gonna mostly be watched at home on a streaming device. Like I kind of want to see. Okay, let me check out your subtitles. Make sure they're all right. They're not giving away too much. But I don't know.
Um, um, you know who like didn't seem to care
Hmm.
about whether people understood what was being said during the movie?
Who?
Christopher Nolan with Bane.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I remember that being like a big thing that like the trailers came out and everybody's like, what is this guy saying? Like you couldn't understand him. And then I think they went back and they like tried to like clean up his audio like a little or something, but Christopher Nolan was just I like remember like seeing that he was saying that it really doesn't matter if you understand everything he's saying, that like you'll understand his intent and everything anyway, and like I don't know. So I just find that kind of like interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like we don't care as much as the consumer.
Don't care as much what.
Don't care about whether subtitles affects the movie or not. You just want to understand everything.
Yeah.
I think people will always will always go for the understanding what they're saying instead of visually how what it's trying to do visually. If that makes any sense.
See, though sometimes like I'm okay either way, subtitles or no subtitles. You prefer them, so I think that's why I use them. I think if you didn't prefer them, I'd be fine with them being off too. Maybe like occasionally I would want them on with certain things. Um, if it's like a movie that's like being particular difficult to hear, but I'm I'm the type that I would watch it, and if there's like a couple things I feel like I missed, so be it. I would watch the whole thing and try and just absorb it all. And then if it's a movie that I really liked or felt was worth understanding more, I would just watch it like a second time.
Mm-hmm. We should try to watch a foreign film without subtitles.
I mean, that's a little bit different.
See how we feel about it.
But that's like, I don't know. Do you feel like you miss out on certain things when we watch something that's in a foreign language? Like, obviously, if it's Spanish, it doesn't affect you, but like when we watch things that are Korean,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel like you miss out a little bit on the movie because you are having to read subtitles?
Yeah, I mean, probably. In every single one we watch, we're not paying
Yeah.
attention as much to the visuals.
Yeah.
To
So
the.
it's kind of a bummer sometimes. Okay. I will always prefer subtitles over dub though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
95% of the time.
Yeah.
I was going to say maybe like I mean we played Final Fantasy 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which you can have English or you can have the Japanese with subtitles.
Yeah.
in the English, I guess because it's like actually done well. And there's some animes, right,
Mm-hmm.
that are done with English dubs, but they're done really well.
Yeah. Well, I think with Final Fantasy, I'm not sure entirely how they do it, how they
Yeah.
record it, but it is like I don't know. I can't tell the difference. Like I can never tell if it's dubbed or not. Like it
But there
just
are some anime shows that are though, right? Didn't we watch something? What did we watch? That was like dubbed, but they actually like line it up so well and you're like, what the heck?
Mhm. Yeah, it's easier for an anime though to be dubbed than for like a full motion capture thing like Final
Yeah.
Fantasy. But Final Fantasy does it so well. Like I don't know how they do it. It's like
Yeah.
it's like
If they have
magic.
two different versions or something or what?
I don't think they
Yeah,
do. I think they just watch closely. The actors watch the scene very closely and try to match
match
the
it.
match it.
Yeah. I mean, that is, you know, super amazing and impressive. But yeah, so like I said, like if it's done well, then I'm fine. But if, it's distractingly bad or just mediocre, just give me subtitles. I don't want to be distracted by. And there was something, nice about hearing people in their like native language and not having. I feel like you get emotion from the people in that scene that you're not going to get from somebody recording it in a studio.
Yeah.
All right, your turn, sir.
God, we're still in the questions.
Uh,
All right. What are your feelings about hiking? Since we're
Next.
since we're watching a movie about
Hiking.
hiking and backpacking. Well, it's more backpacking, which
See, I
is
think
different.
yeah. I think hiking I'm cool with. Backpacking, I don't think would be very. I
There.
can walk all day.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I do at work. um, and I like nature. I like getting out there. It's fun when we get to take the dog too, or when we get to go with friends and see different things. And I'm not some like survivalist, so like I feel like we never go nearly as prepared as we should, like in case something happens. We also never do like insane hikes. We're like in very like populated areas,
Yeah.
except for that time you went in Hawaii by yourself when you shouldn't have. Um, but yeah, I like it. Especially, see, like in Hawaii, you were in direct sunlight. I do not want to be in direct sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
That is like, nope, because I will get sunburned. I'll just like get overheated or something. But yeah, like in a forest and stuff, it's really cool. It's really calming. It's nice. I'll just keep walking. I have to remind myself to not walk with my hands in my pockets because I'll do that, and that's definitely something you shouldn't be doing. I don't have any hiking boots, so I'll be sitting there in like my Converse or something doing it, which isn't smart either because it's slippery. But yeah, so hiking, yes. Backpacking, where I would have to like stay overnight. Not because I'm afraid of the woods or anything, but just carrying all this stuff around. Again, I like bathrooms. I don't want to have to pee in the woods. I just don't.
Yeah.
I think I'm not used to carrying backpacks, so when I do carry one for a long time, I feel like it really messes up my shoulders. It's just like, I don't know, muscles I don't use or something, so like my shoulders just get really sore from the straps. So yeah.
So you like hiking? I guess
Yeah,
I should ask you that question. I don't think I've ever asked you.
I
Do
don't know
you?
why we never go. We should. I think it's just because like I work mornings and stuff, and that's kind of like the best time to go. And it's not really fun to hike in the rain. It's okay if it's like a little misty, but when it's like full on raining, and then when it's like actually good weather for hiking around here, that's like busiest at work. But yeah, we should go hike more.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I have a interesting relationship with hiking
How so?
because on the one hand, I want it. It seems like every time I go hiking, I want it to be about the exercise,
Okay.
and it's not in hiking. Just walking doesn't do it for me. So like I have to run or climb or something in order for me to be satisfied with the hike. Whereas like everybody else, like especially all the friends that I know that go hiking, yeah, let's just go for a walk on the woods. And I get it that there's a, you know, I guess there's two different versions. Is what you want to exercise, or do you want to just explore the scenery and take in the scenery? And I feel like I always
Mm.
choose the exercise part of it.
I'm okay with a little incline and like a little like maneuvering over like rocks and stuff. I don't want to be running
Mm-hmm.
just because I'm clumsy for one. Um, and it's nice to have like, little bits of breaks and stuff where it's not just like climbing up a straight crazy thing that's super steep for a really long time. I think it's nice to like climb up a little and then kind of go on even ground and then climb up a little bit more. But yeah, I I guess I see where you're coming from.
And also, the other thing is sometimes when I've already done a hike, like it's not as impactful anymore to be there for the setting or the calming or the, whatever it is that you go for hikes. Um, since I've already done it. There's, it is a trail that's been made, and there's people everywhere, walking around. Um, when I do enjoy most of the, you know, I don't know, the ambiance, the environment is when I'm doing a harder hike, a longer hike that nobody kind of goes to, that is more secluded. I think in those situations, yeah, I would prefer the second option, which is going there for the scenery. But I also don't want to do backpacking. Like I don't want to
How
stay
come?
overnight.
Why?
I don't know. It just seems like a hassle.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like you're saying all this stuff where it's like, in theory, you saying this means feels like you should be like some backpacking type person because you could totally do that around here. I have friends. My coworker just like went to like uh, whitewater rafting
Mhm.
for like over a week or something, where he and his like 9 friends or something, they rafted with all their gear and everything, and then raft for like hours and hours during the day, and then pull over on the side of the river, pitch their tents and eat and everything, and then get back. Like they weren't even like hiking full rafting trip. But
Was
I also
that
have like other, huh?
that was a week long thing?
I think they did it for like over a week or something.
Wow.
Yeah, they like it was intense. And I'm just like, I don't respect, man. But like, yeah, I've seen other like older coworkers post on Instagram about them like, backpacking through like, all these hills and mountains and everything. I'm like, dude, that's so beautiful, but also like, dang.
I
But
mean,
you have to be like a certain type of person, and you have to be prepared for that kind of stuff.
mhm. I mean, I would love to do that on a morning, and then come back home at night.
Yeah, that's different. Because that's what I would feel like. Like I'm kind of like you, where it's like that looks really cool for like a day or something, but like having to actually commit to it just doesn't sound like, you know. And even like I'm okay sleeping in a tent. Like that part's like not bad or something, but there's a lot to know about safety and everything. There's a lot of things that you have to bring with you. It's expensive because you have to have all this gear and everything. And I think being two people that weren't raised around a lot of that, we just don't have the natural knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it would be a lot more work for us to figure out what's needed and not, and to do things properly. And because things can happen, it can
Yeah.
actually be dangerous if you're not prepared.
Right.
So yeah, I just
Yeah, I prefer hikes that I could complete in a day, and I don't have to sleep over. Even if they're long hikes, I can do like, I don't know, what's the Punch Bowls? Isn't it like 6 miles in, 6 miles out, or something?
I don't remember.
Like that's a pretty
Maybe.
long hike, and I've done that, and that was fine. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of thing like I could do. I just prefer there to be like more people when we go as
Mm-hmm.
well, instead of just you and I, since you and I don't know areas as well as others. I don't know. Safety in numbers. All right. Ready to get in this?
Let's do it.
All right. Okay, let's get into this. The Ritual from 2017, written by Joe Barton and Adam Neville, directed by David Bruckner. He's done a few horror movies. He's done a couple of VHS films, the latest Hellraiser, Creep Show is a TV series, The Night House, so few horror films. The IMDb summary: a group of old college friends reunite for a trip to a most dangerous country in Europe, Sweden, encountering a menacing presence they're stalking them. I don't really like that summary.
Is for a trip to a most dangerous country in Europe. Is Sweden really the most dangerous country in Europe?
I think that's them being cheeky, right? That's what I took it as.
Reunite for a trip to a most dangerous country in Europe, Sweden.
I think that's them being like, because Sweden isn't known for being dangerous.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't.
Well, it's also to a most, not to
I know
the most.
the whole. That's why I just kind of like. I just saw a group of old college friends, so I was like, oh, okay, that'll be. I read it right before, and I was like, oh, that's not very good description. I would say this is about. Yeah, it's a group of old college friends, but they're a bit older in life at this point, kind of dealing with the mundaneness of life and just falling into ruts, basically. They start trying to plan their next event with all of this group, and somebody brings up hiking, and later that night, that person ends up dying in a robbery. One of the friends doesn't help when he probably could have. And then to honor the friend that died, they end up doing this backpacking trip. And then there's, some feelings about the one friend not helping the other. Things come to light as feelings come out. But yeah, and things go wrong from different things in the forest.
Hmm.
So how did you feel about this?
How did I feel? I I actually like this movie.
Okay.
I appreciate, I really appreciate that it's older people. I feel like I
Okay.
would have found this really annoying if it was young teenagers going on this trip.
Okay.
Like I could see how they would have made it annoying. Though, I guess some of the characters are kind of annoying, like especially what is it, Hutch? But even
Um,
no, 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 it's a Dom,
Dom.
Dom.
Dom. He's the one with the glasses.
Yeah, but even then I don't know, I didn't find them that annoying either.
But they do feel like a group of friends. Like they each kind of have their own. Like it feels like when there's like a coming of age story, like Stand by Me or something,
Hmm.
and you get this like group of people that are friends that come from like different backgrounds and stuff, but they're like all put in a situation together and then they become friends. This is like 20 years later,
Yeah.
once they're all like married and living their lives, and then they're trying to bond still, and then you get this.
But yeah, for the most part I liked it. I like the I like the creature,
Okay. I was gonna
especially
ask about that.
throughout the whole thing. I feel like it got less scary once they showed it completely, and then you start seeing the CGI of it.
Hmm.
So I almost wish that they had kept it a little more vague and secretive, or at least shot it in a unique way where you didn't see it completely. Um, but I did like the design of it. That was really cool.
Yeah. So it feels like I don't know if any of the like lore in this is based off anything
Hmm.
from like Sweden or wherever, because it does feel like it could be, and that like creature design feels like it could be from old tales and folklore and stuff. So like I kind of respect them for actually having a full creature design and showing it and not taking the easy way out. I do like it wasn't like super scary, but that's okay. It was a little creepier when you just like saw like a little hint of it and you weren't
Yeah.
sure what it was. I mean, and that's just kind of how things are in general. I feel like things are always less scary when you don't see it all, but I don't know, I kind of respect that they just did show it all and they didn't wait until like the very very end to show it. Like I feel like they showed it at, early on enough, not like super early, but
Yeah.
uh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did like that they showed it. I just wasn't sure how much we needed, like seeing it full on chasing people in
Yeah.
CGI, in its CGI version.
Yeah.
But I did like the eyes, especially when it got close up. So maybe
Yeah.
if that's all we had seen, that would have been cool. Instead of actually seeing like this deer animal thing.
I think I kind of liked that they like showed it in like the little village area or whatever, because that is like what stories would be told.
Mm-hmm.
Like think about, stories that we hear about like chupacabra or something, and these stories that get passed down. And so like if it like what if it was real and there are people that do really believe in it and are worshiping to it, or praying to it or whatever,
Hmm.
what would that creature look like? And so, like, I don't know, sometimes I like that.
Yeah.
They actually do go there and show it, because I do think it's easier to keep things hidden in horror, because again, it is scarier when you don't see the full thing. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
interesting to
Well,
see the depiction.
yeah, because it turns. I feel like once you start showing the monster enough, it kind of just turns into a monster film instead of a horror film.
Yeah.
And I feel like this movie already had all the DNA of a film that's not gonna show it.
Hmm.
You know, like even when the guy was tied up and you see it coming out of the forest, like he sees his wife instead of the monster,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, okay, they're gonna do this thing, and I wonder what else they're gonna do for the other guy. What's the other guy gonna see? But no, he just sees the monster. So I mean, I guess everybody is seeing what they're afraid of or what they regret, right? Right? What is it that they're seeing? What did the what was Dom seeing? Why was he seeing his wife? Did we ever get an answer to that?
Um, I don't know. Maybe it was just guilt for not being able to get back to her. I don't.
Because
What did the others all see?
I really like that scene, that very first scene where they're trapped in the house, or where they have to sleep there, and then they wake up and each of them
And
had
they're
like
all
this
like,
thing.
yeah.
That scene was really creepy.
Hmm.
One guy pissed himself. One guy was worshiping the thing
Yeah, dude. That'd be
naked.
the worst.
The other guy had 5 holes like in his chest.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, yeah, Dom was just like saying Gale.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Um, I feel like I'm mixed, because I like the idea of it all. I kind of would have rather have been just without all the like trauma stuff, and just be more about this god in the woods and stuff, and these people that worship it. Or I would have rather it not have been about that, and would have been more about the trauma, and had like, I don't know, some other horror stuff happening or something, not this like creature. Uh Visually though, it had a lot of the I loved the like convenience store in the forest.
Oh yeah, that was cool. That was
All
really
of
cool.
those shots were so cool. And I do like that it is, this thing happened, and it's how all these friends are dealing with this, and how Luke is dealing with it. And I do like that it's ultimately like about all of that. But I just don't know that it's like strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that this kind
Yeah,
of
yeah. I don't think it.
remind
Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think it was strong enough to drive the entire movie plot forward.
yes.
Like, cause what's it trying to say in the end? Like, hey, in the end, you know, before I was scared, and now I'm not scared, and I'm gonna save my friends. I feel like that's a little cliche to have teach that lesson in this movie.
I mean, there were different levels to it. So you have all the friends that are like, hey man, you didn't do anything wrong, it's not your fault, you know? But inside they're all kind of thinking like he should have done something. You
Mm-hmm.
let you let our friend die. You didn't even try. You were right there. You
Mm-hmm.
But they're not saying that. And then you have them all go in this forest where stuff starts going down, and he finally is trying to do stuff, you know, because he probably does feel guilt over having not done anything this time. And so this time he is trying to do something, but you have like the group of friends that like some of them are just scared and trying to get out and they're not doing a lot. So it's like all of a sudden, you know, it's like, oh, not so easy, is it? You know, to be
Yeah.
the brave person trying to save the day. Like, I don't, there's different levels.
Well,
It
how?
reminds me, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna ask you, how do you feel about the guy Luke? Like
As a
him,
person,
yeah, like him not helping. Do you?
um, I think it's complicated. I am that person that, you know, tries to see multiple sides to things and tries to understand. And I understand where like the friends are coming from a little bit. That it's like, oh, you were a coward, try and help, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You chose to protect yourself while he was there, like, you know, standing up against these people. But sometimes you have that fight or flight response, right?
Yeah.
So can we blame someone if their reaction was to hide? Like I just you don't know unless you're in their shoes, and even if you're in their shoes, your reaction might be different. There's some people that are very courageous naturally, but also just very go-getters. I'm not that type of person usually, you know? You would like to think that when it comes to like a loved one though, that even if you were scared or something, that your reaction would be to like fight for them. Again, you never know until you're in that situation. I I would hope that I would, you know, fight for my family, for you, for my dog and stuff. I will say, you know, there's been times when I used to like when I was walking Scrappy and a car came very close to like me and him and I like pushed him behind me. And then that time when we were walking with Tally and the car was like coming by me, and all I could think about like slowly hitting me basically was my dog. Like trying to get them to stop so they wouldn't hit my dog.
Mm-hmm.
So it is at least a little comforting for me that that is my natural reaction, it seems. I would hope so, but I don't know. Would I be a little upset if something was going down and you just ran off and left me to fend for myself? I'd be a little hurt by that, yeah. So I guess I can see where the friends were coming from, but also easy to pass judgment.
Yeah.
But also, can we just say that they weren't saying anything to him about it, right? They were all thinking it, but they weren't saying it. Does that make them bad people for thinking it? Again, I don't think that makes them bad people. The fact that they like thought it and chose not to say anything, I think they were trying to be nice and supportive to their friend and trying to let it go. So it's like he could get mad that they're all thinking that he's a coward behind his back. I guess he would have the right to think that too, but and it's like, how dare you not just tell me to my face? How phony of you guys to, you know, not be honest with me, but it's for his sake.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, there's different levels to things. Life isn't simple. What did you think with it all?
Yeah, I mean, I think I would probably be more like, which friend is it? The first one that got killed.
Hutch, the one that peed himself? What's
Yes,
Hutch?
yes, yes, Hutch. Like he's very supportive. Um but he also understands what the other friends are feeling. And but
Hmm.
like I don't know. I guess I wouldn't fault anybody. I wouldn't dwell too much on what could have been, because you can
Hmm.
draw so many. You can go down a rabbit hole with that kind of thinking.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and then there's the other thing where, like, if he would have done something, he probably would have gotten himself killed too, right? Like
Um.
like like who knows? Like, I mean, again, who knows what would have happened? What happened.
Yeah.
Like, we just have to deal with it. And at the end of the day, he is still your friend. Like, what's the other option? Like, stop being friends with him?
I think. I think a big point to like what the friends were feeling was if the roles were reversed, that guy Robert would have helped Luke because clearly Robert didn't even want to give up his wedding ring,
Yeah, yeah.
which is okay. Give up your valuables, people.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting robbed. Like, don't they say that you're supposed to like throw your wallet or something? Somebody's like asking you for your wallet because then it makes the person like go and grab it and you can like run off or something. Um, but yeah, I think Robert would have helped Luke. I think Luke was just afraid.
Yeah.
I don't I don't know that that makes him a coward.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I do think you can sit there and justify it like he could do it for himself to be like, well, if I did anything, it could have gone worse. I could have died too, or that lady behind the counter, maybe they would have killed her too, you know. But at the end of the day, I think he was just afraid
Yeah.
and he wasn't willing to risk himself to save his friend. And, that was his call. The friend also just didn't need to sit there and fight them over a wedding ring. So
Yeah, I know.
it's kind of like they
St-
they both made decisions. Robert's decisions got him killed. Luke's decision got him to deal with the guilt of not helping his friend. But
he
but yeah,
w-
I
he was kind of he was kind of an asshole, right? Luke, at the beginning. Like,
yeah,
what was he saying when he was grabbing the vodka? Like, it seemed like he was a big drinker, a big partier or something.
when they were talking about brunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some humor to this. Like the like group of guys like made me laugh a couple of times. Um, yeah, because they were trying to plan out their like next outing or something, and he's like, one of them mentioned brunch. Can you believe it? Like,
Yeah.
because they were old college friends, so when they're in college, they probably had their wild days and some people grow out of that, some people don't. Some people are like, I got a wife and kids, I got work, like I can't do this stuff like the old days. I would love to, but I just like can't. And so like they have more responsibility, so it is kind of like, hey man, I can't go out to drink, can we do brunch instead? And they were just like, nah man, we're drinking. But yeah, so that was pretty funny, the fact that it was like so horrible that somebody mentioned brunch.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a thing that happens nowadays. I feel like we've had friends that have invited us to brunch. It's just kind of like, do what you got to do. But yeah, some people are very much not into that, and clearly Luke was one of those people that was like, I want to do brunch. I want to like hang out with my friends and go to bars and stuff, and that's not everybody's lifestyle anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't think that made him like a jerk. But yeah, they were clearly all not on the same page.
Yeah, but I did like that he did have a change of character all of it, throughout the film.
Yeah.
He was this crazy party animal the loud one. Probably, I think, is the only one that's not married or something.
Yeah, and that's probably a big part of it.
But yeah, yeah, and then throughout the whole, fiasco of them in the forest, he seems like a more,
He stepped up.
yeah, and well, he's also more quiet, more, he's, more inner reflection and more, just thinking about what he did or what he didn't do. And I like that change of character.
I mean, I think yeah, the what he didn't do or whatever, I think was just kind of the silent thing amongst the group that nobody was speaking about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody say anything, nobody mentioned this. And so by like not mentioning it, it also like he knows what they think, you know?
Yeah.
And they probably know that he knows that and it's just a big thing, but it's, also like fresher, so it's like let's just not go there. And guys especially sometimes don't talk about that kind of stuff. People in general, sometimes it's easier to just like not talk about things. And like how would you even go about bringing like dealing with it all together? Um I was I was wondering in the beginning whether stuff happening in the forest was going to be real or not,
Mm-hmm.
because Luke was the one that like kept experiencing things first. So like he saw that like deer or whatever that was like hanging dead. He saw that first. He's the one that saw the runes first. He was the one that was like hearing the roaring at night outside of the house. And then like it cut to like him waking up in the forest with like holes on his chest and stuff. And I was like, what happened? Did he do something? Like, is this he has this guilt and so he's actually like blacking out and doing horrible things people or like, like I just thought it was gonna be like something like that maybe. But then when everybody else had clearly experienced something else that night, I was like, oh, okay, never mind. I guess it's that. How did you feel about the acting?
I think it was fine. Yeah, I'm neither. Yeah, I don't. I think it was good. I don't think it was impressive in any way, but they got the job done. Why? What did
Yeah,
you think?
I think there were certain parts that I like really liked and were fine with, and there were other parts that just kind of like stood out in a kind of like not great way. I don't know that I can like name anything off the top of my head, but I feel like there were just like a couple moments here and there where it was like, I don't know, the way they delivered that line felt a little cheesier than it needed to or something. But I
Yeah,
also like thought them as each like different character. They each had their own vibe.
yeah. I thought the one that stands out to me is when they discover who is it? Hutch dead and hung.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that might have been one of the big moments for me.
But I also don't know what other reaction I would have wanted. Like at that point in the story, in their characters, like I don't know, did I want something more subdued or something more over the top? Like I don't know, I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, but I think if you're thinking about that, then it wasn't done like the
Yeah,
best it could have been.
right.
It wasn't done bad, but I think sometimes when you notice acting is not good. Oh, you know what else I thought this movie could have been going towards?
Hmm.
Which I'm happy it didn't. A Wendigo.
Hmm.
I was like, is this gonna be a Wendigo movie?
No, there's no way. This is in Sweden.
Yeah, I guess. But I still like, there's something like similar, you know? I mean, it did end up being some like god creature thing or whatever, but
I mean, weren't they talking about Norse the whole time, right?
yeah.
So I figured it would be something like that. I thought it was gonna be like a druid or something, something like the like from the Damned, you know,
Hmm.
whatever that creature was, or whatever folk lore. What was the Draugr was from the Damned, something like that.
Yeah.
But no, it was actually said that it was Loki's bastard son.
Yeah. That was interesting. Um,
What did you think of the villagers?
um, I mean, my whole thing was like, so they sacrifice someone and then they keep getting to like live. But I'm like, is this really a great way to live? You're like in a little village in the middle of nowhere. You have to like grab people and sacrifice them. And like, I don't, what are you like eating and drinking? And like, what is your form of entertainment? You have an old radio. Like, I don't, is this a cool eternal life? Like, I don't, it just seemed weird. And then we were trying to figure out if that girl was, what was her name? Anne or something?
She, I
The one
don't.
that gets eaten. Was she the one that they found the hiker stuff?
I mean, that's what it seemed like to me, but I guess there's not really enough evidence for that.
Yeah.
But I also, yeah, I didn't actually. When did they say her name? I don't remember her name
They
being
showed
said.
her, I think they showed her license,
Oh, okay.
but I don't think they said the girl's name like in the village.
Yeah.
But yeah, they showed like a family photo and then they showed like her license or credit card or something. I think that said Anne on it. Um,
So she was. So Luke was gonna be. They wanted him to be part of the village, right?
yeah,
So
which
what?
I don't.
The creature
But why?
just. Yeah, the creature
They just want more
just.
people.
Yeah, I don't know. What was the deal with the corpses in the attic?
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know if that was like their corpses or something. Like maybe their mortal body eventually, like, just, becomes that. And then now they're like some immortal being. But I don't, or if those were like, I mean, those aren't the sacrifices because the sacrifices are in the trees. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, is this what they turn into? Is this what being immortal is like? Them
Yeah, I
just
don't know.
like living corpses in the attic?
Yeah,
If so, that's a terrible existence.
that's what I'm saying. I don't get it.
But I mean, but they're also kind of crazy, you know? It seems like they're kind of
Yeah.
crazy. It's not like, oh, we're
I
only
mean, but is
doing
that,
this to live long.
yeah, but I mean, is that the thing? Is that so, because Luke was supposed to bow to it, right? And it's almost like the thing even made him bow at one point and then fought it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, maybe that's like a whole full circle thing, right? Is maybe these people didn't necessarily want to worship this thing, but maybe it's kind of either do this or die. And so they did do it
Yeah.
because they were scared. And so they were cowards and just went with it, even though it didn't feel right. Whereas now Luke had his coward moment in the beginning when he didn't save his friend, and now he's standing up to the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the whole
Yeah, I
point
mean,
of all that.
yeah, I mean, it does seem that they didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
they could have the other choices die, but
yeah, but like I said, they were afraid to die. So they made a decision just like he made a decision in the beginning, and this is their consequence now. And so, in the height of fear, they chose to bow, and now this is them years later, and they've gone a little crazy since. They probably weren't crazy to begin with.
well, how
But
much
living
time has
forever.
passed though?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they were.
I mean, there was a VW van,
Uh-huh.
which is like what, from the 70s or something.
Well, even the rifle seemed like it was from like World War II or something.
Yeah, it was like freaking muskets. Yeah, so I think, and I feel like that's probably why there were different things shown to show like people from different eras having been there. Yeah. See, sometimes this is why it's fun to talk about movies because you start to piece things together. You start to like pick up on like little more details.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as like surface level as it seems. And I feel like that makes me respect the like writers and directors and stuff like more and see their vision.
Yeah,
Sometimes I don't get movies and I admit it.
I wonder if there's any like literature for this creature. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
like does Loki actually have a bastard son? In the lore in Norse mythology.
That's lit. So the creature was Moder, bastard son of Loki and Jotnar.
Motor. I mean, I keep seeing the actual thing from the movie, but is there any actual lore?
It looks like not necessarily. Yeah, it looks like the creature was made up for the movie. You mean to tell me this isn't all real? Yeah, so maybe it was like inspired by like different things. But yeah, it looks like it's all from just the movie.
The Jotun.
I want to ask a few of what would you have done questions. So you get, it's raining. Well, first of all, your friend gets hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can either keep going the long way and it's going to be 14 hours, right? Or you can cut that time in half by going a direct route without a path, but a straight shot. What do you do?
I need a few more parameters. What
do you mean?
Well,
in their situation.
In their situation, so there is a natural creature hunting us?
They don't know that yet. This is when Dom first hurts his ankle before they go into the forest. Remember? Nothing scary has happened.
Okay.
They're just like, look, that's the lodge over there. We can get there in 7 hours, or we can go around other path and it's going to take 14 hours.
7 hours versus 14 hours. Mm, I don't know. My gut instinct is to take the 7 hour path, right?
Yeah, I feel like if I was had enough like equipment and stuff that I felt like I could handle a slightly less safe path, it'd be okay. Like I didn't see like the woods and be like, "Oh my gosh, that looks horrifying." I guess because I like forest. So I don't see a bunch of like trees in that setting and be like, "Oh no, that looks scary." Like it's like, "No, it's just a forest. What do you mean?" Um I think the main question would be if it's more of a treacherous path, if Dom can handle that
Mm-hmm.
versus like the path that they were on was pretty like easy. So
Yeah.
it's like, well, this path might be a little harder, but it'll be less, or but it's going to be more hours. But yeah, if you're prepared, if you actually have people that can kind of read where you are, that you don't get lost, because it is dangerous
Mm-hmm.
to just like walk where you can't see where you're going and stuff, and like you start going the wrong way and then you lose track of where you are on the map. Kind of like, how do you find your positioning again, you know? It is dangerous. I guess I've heard enough horror stories online about people like getting lost. um okay, so yeah, I didn't think it was like crazy of them to go that route though. Okay, next question. Pouring rain, crazy, it's now nighttime, it's dark, and you're like, shoot, what do? You come along to a house, looks a little creepy. Do you try and get in the house and sleep for the night? Do you just try and suffer through it and go in the rain?
I mean, I would suffer through it, but if I had other people with me and they were like, "No, I gotta stop," I don't see why I wouldn't go in this abandoned house. You know?
I think I would have been more hesitant about the house. I don't. I think I'm also the just suffer through it type of person.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd be like, oh, it was supposed to only be 7 hours. Like we should be there any minute now, right? Like I'd rather just like keep going and suffer than like have to stop and then wake up and suffer more. Like I'm just like I'm in pain, just keep going. But I'm kind of like you, where it's like I don't know if everybody was feeling this way, then I'm not the boss. Let's as a group come to a decision. Let's be reasonable about
Mm.
it. Um,
They also have tents, though, right? Like, why didn't they just pitch the tents?
yeah, I think I would have preferred a tent. I think the house gave me bad jujus. I think maybe because I've watched enough scary movies and everything, that just structures like that in the middle of a forest give me bad jujus. Um, I just
But besides the bad jujus, put the bad jujus aside. Like, if it's just like, oh, it looks like an old house, some people lived here and now it's kind of abandoned. It looks structurally sound. Like,
I guess like
there's no markings anywhere that this is a ritualistic place.
I think had it not been locked up, I would have been a little more comfortable with it. But I feel like the fact that it was kind of like it was like locked up and stuff, I'd be kind of like, I don't know, man. There could be bad people around, and not even like creatures or something, just bad people. Like I don't know. It would give me weird vibes.
I just don't understand the difference between pitching a tent in the same location as entering this abandoned house.
I don't think I would have set it up like right outside the house. I think I would have gotten a bit away from the house and then done it. I guess I just because if there's a person like living in the forest, they're going to come back to their house, right? They're
Mm-hmm.
not going to know that you're necessarily there, so they're not going to necessarily be looking for a tent or something, but like they're going to be looking for their own out, right? And I just like I don't know. There's like
I mean, there's a difference between
there,
an abandoned house and if you open it and it's nice in there and there's
are
lights.
you 100% sure that it's like abandoned? You know, I don't know because there's like I don't there's like homeless people that set up areas and stuff, you know, and it's like you just don't mess with them. Like you leave them alone. That's their place. That's like their territory. Like you just don't mess with it. This could be some like hunter people that don't like
Mm-hmm.
being messed with. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like wilderness people, I feel like you don't mess with them. They've got guns. There's, you know,
Yeah, I mean, if I had tents, yeah, I would. I don't know why I wouldn't just pitch the tent.
but
What, to
but I
save
get
time?
but it's also like pouring and there's thunder and lightning and stuff. So like I understand why it's like it's safer to just be in a house. But yeah, it gave me bad juju's, and that's the point in which I would have kind of started to be like, I don't like this as much. Versus like just going to the forest, no big deal. The house is kind of like, um, next thing, would you leave your friend's corpse there? Dom was like refusing to leave Hutch's body.
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
Yeah, yeah.
And I just found that so like really, this is what you're worried about? Like you're gonna cover it with sticks at this moment? Like I don't even know how it be. I think I would have just left that there. Like clearly it is not safe anymore. Like we need to do not need to waste time putting twigs over our friend's body.
Yeah, I would have left. I would have left it there. I would have ran. Let's get the hell out of here. I mean, he's, yeah. I'm also not a very religious person, so I don't really need a. I don't know. I guess if I were more religious and I did believe in burying in a coffin and then in the earth, like,
I just would rather
maybe.
go get help and then try and get his body, like recover the body
Right.
later.
Yeah. Right. Right. That's, yeah. That's what I would do. I would just leave it there, and then if we
Yeah.
get out of here, contact the authorities. Say, hey, check the area. There's my dead friend is there. Yeah, I would worry about that later instead of
I think
now.
my problem also was like so Hutch gets like dragged away, right? And like he's screaming and then Luke is trying to like go after him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they like stop him from going after Hutch. So it's like just funny to me that it's like, okay, you stopped him from finally trying to like do something to protect one of your friends, which you were mad he didn't do before. Now he's trying to do it yourself. And now when you find Hutch's body, I'll bury it and it's like this big thing. Like, I don't know, it just was kind of like silly to me.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a weird transition that I like wanted to go back and watch where it like the like white light happened for like a long part.
Hmm.
It was just like a weird it just stuck out to me and I was like, what was up with it? I didn't know if it was like trying to say something or
Yeah, I don't remember.
I also wrote something about there was like a moment of like it says silence after, but I don't know what I wrote after what. But I know it was like there was like a really cool moment where like something happened and then it just like all the sound in the movie cut. And I was like, ooh, that was cool. That was good. Like sound design is so like important, but also like just choosing not to use any sound sometimes in movies, such a
Mm-hmm.
powerful thing. What did you think all the fires were when you could see them all popping up like in the forest?
I mean, it was the little things on the ground, right? It was kind of leading a
Yeah,
path for
but
the.
like before you knew that, what did you think it was?
Oh, when he saw them in the distance, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was like a village or just people.
Yeah, I thought it was like collection of like different people or something maybe. And I was like, "Oh, that's creepy that there's like this like hiding in
Your mic, I can't hear you.
what?"
Your mic keeps cutting out.
Okay, sorry. I'll buy a new one. You know what this movie kind of reminded me of?
Mm-hmm.
The Descent.
Oh, really?
But it's kind of fun because I get to be like, this reminds me of The Descent, but like with men. Versus like normally you'd be like, oh, this is like this, but women. It's like the opposite. It's kind of right because like, didn't something happen? Did somebody die in The Descent or something that led men to go on a thing together?
Um,
I can't remember. Something happened though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, something did happen. I can't
And
remember
it
either.
led all these like women that like were friends to go in the wilderness. They went what, spelunking? Those women were a lot more hardcore though, dude. I
That
think they
was,
would have survived this.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, one of them was like I mean, they were all kind of experts at spelunking, right? Or like they had done it several times, whereas these guys haven't. It seems
Yeah.
like they haven't hiked ever.
Yeah. Yeah, they really didn't know what they were in this.
Yeah. What did you? I mean, speaking of the descent, that had multiple endings, and
Mm-hmm.
if I remember correctly, I like the alternate ending better, but I can't quite remember what
Yeah.
they were.
Yeah.
What did you think of this ending?
Um
Him escaping and finding civilization. So he ends up being saved. I guess, right?
did he?
I mean, he saw the road with the car passing by. It's
Why do
it.
I not even remember the ending all of a sudden? We watched this yesterday. Why is my brain like this?
Yeah, I mean, he escapes the forest. He escapes the creature coming after him, and when he passes the forest line, like the creature just stops, and then he keeps going, and it's just this field, and in the distance there's a road, and then a car passes by, and it just cuts to black.
Um I don't know. I guess I didn't go in with any preconceived idea of what the end would be.
Mm-hmm.
I guess sometimes when I'm like expecting it to be one thing and then it isn't that, then I kind of am disappointed. But I don't know. I'm fine with it. What did you think?
Um, I'm kind of mixed on it because I don't know whether he was the person that should have lived.
You don't think he should have lived?
I think no. I think they all should have died, or at least him sacrificing himself to save someone. I don't know. It seemed like mean, I guess it's not really a happy ending either, since all his friends are dead. I don't know. I don't know what I would have wanted, but to me, this
I think
ending's, yeah, this
that's how I
ending's,
felt.
it seemed unsatisfying to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then the creature just stops, looks at him, and then, like, I don't know if I wanted him to destroy the creature. I guess no, not really, but
Yeah, I don't know that he like would have been able to. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like a, well, what would have possibly happened after? Like he just goes about normal life. Like everyone's gonna be like, okay, well, what about friends?
mm-hmm. Just so I guess that's back to my original thought: is you think he should have lived? Do you think he deserves to live more than the other three?
Um, I mean, not necessarily, but I don't think he deserved to die.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he
You think
he pretty much,
so you think he redeemed himself by the end of this movie?
I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I guess.
Again, like I said, I think it's all very complicated on like, did he have something to redeem? You
Mm-hmm.
know, like
Yeah, yeah.
I just don't want to fault someone for making a tough decision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think,
yeah. I guess the movie's more about the inner struggle than actually trying to
yeah, I think
tell
it's,
you that he did wrong or he
I guess the
didn't do wrong.
question would be, did he forgive himself?
I mean, probably, but he has now worse trauma with this whole situation.
Yeah, but at least in this situation, he did everything he could each time, right? To save each person.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
he went after Hutch, right? They stopped him, but he tried to go after Hutch, even though like clearly he wasn't do anything. Dom, he like fought and fought. He broke his own thumb to try and like get out to like help Dom. Did he? What was the other guy's name? Phil? Did How did Phil die again?
Phil, didn't the creature
Phil was the
just
one.
take him or something? Oh
Yeah,
yeah, he
right.
kind of died off screen. No, it
Yeah.
just took him. Yeah, I guess I don't know if. What am I trying to say here?
I don't know.
Um, given this situation that he's in with this fantastical situation with this weird creature and this weird cult thing, like I don't fault him that is afraid here. Like I wouldn't fault him. Like literally
Yeah,
run away. This is
yeah.
crazy. Um so like yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, cuz it's just I don't know if all the themes are hitting for me about this situation with the friend, and if he would have, and if he should have done something, and then this is the thing that that finally redeems him, or that finally forgives himself because he stood up to a godlike creature. Like it all seems very.
I mean, maybe maybe the forgiveness is in the fact that not that he necessarily tried this time, but that this even though he did try this time, his friend still died.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he can kind of be like, well, I could have done things differently that first time and things could have still been the same. Robert could have still have died in that convenience store if I had tried to help.
Yeah.
And you just never know. And so sometimes you do the best that you can in that moment. And I mean, there is a question of what kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to be the person that fought even though the outcome wasn't good, but you still fought and tried, you know? Or are you okay having hid? But
Mm-hmm.
either way, you just kind of got to like move on and let it go. What's done is done.
Yeah. I do like all the characters though. I feel like none of them annoyed me. It could have easily been one of them been an
Not even
asshole.
Dom.
Well, he could have been an asshole too and been like, "I'm out of here. I'm gonna push you towards the thing to get away." You know, like you can kind of see those cliches like might happen in this kind of movie, but no, they were all just good friends that had their arguments and their
And I
just
think that's kind of, yeah, they have their disagreements. They have their negatives that they see about each other. Because even Dom got hurt, and then they were all, here Dom goes.
hmm.
I'm sure he's fine. He's just being dramatic.
But it's not like they left him either, right? They
No,
just
but that's what I'm saying. They're just, it's kind of, like they think that about Dom, but like, do they still care about him, like him, stuff? Yeah. So it's like, it doesn't make them bad people for thinking that Dom is sensitive. It is, you know, friendships have complexities. They have,
yeah.
I, yeah, I didn't find any of them annoying. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know that I like particularly like really liked anyone. I feel like we needed to get to know them better.
Mm-hmm.
I think we needed like more time maybe with them as like a group beforehand, even before their friend dies or something, or more happy moments of them hiking or something. Like, I don't know. I just didn't I feel like I just didn't really care about any of the characters. I didn't dislike them, but I don't know that I really. I think Hutch might have been my favorite, and he died pretty quickly. Dom Dom could have been very annoying, especially once wounded. It reminds me of the guy from Fear the Walking Dead that I already didn't like, and then they hurt him, and he had to like. It's like, oh, he's even. So he was always in pain, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I didn't think he was annoying. I bought him as like a person. Feels like somebody you could know. Yeah, I don't know. There's like something that kind of falls flat in the movie for me,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of ideas that I really like, and I think visually it has some really cool moments.
Mm-hmm.
I think the directing was like pretty good, and
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel the same way. I think there's something about it that it's just not. It just doesn't hit for me. But I do like a lot of the visuals, and I do like the friendship aspect of this movie. And the creature too is really cool as well. Like, yeah, that's. I feel like that creature design is. one of the one to put jot down for the books.
Yeah. Yeah, no, creature design was cool. I think there were some creepy moments. I think the house was like pretty creepy, like going up into the upstairs and finding that like sculpture thing was pretty creepy. The guy praying to it was like, what the F?
Yeah.
He got it the worst.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like waking up and peeing yourself, whatever, waking up naked, like worshiping some weird figure, like oof. I would have been like, take me home, get me out of here. I think that's the point where I would have gone back the way we came. I don't think I would have kept going forward. If I knew I could like just trace my, backtrack, I would have wanted to go to like, where we were before because it felt safer having that other route. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like for the fact that it's supposed to be kind of about trauma and different things, I just feel like it didn't hit emotionally there. I think that's where it kind of it could have done a better job, and I don't know what it could have done differently, but it just was lacking there for me. I think I just like The Descent better.
Yeah.
There were also some like weird parts that made me laugh that I don't know, like the punching.
Yeah, when she like punched the old lady.
Yeah, but he punched his friend first, right? Who did he punch?
Yeah, the
was
friend.
Was it Dom?
Yeah, it was Dom.
Right? When he was like freaking out about Gale or something? Was that when he punched? Or was it a different time? Oh no, was it when he was like picking on him? And like Dom was like insulting him or something? Yeah.
Well, the funny part of that was he thought his nose was broken, and then the other friend's like, "No, it's not broken. Shut up," or whatever.
Yeah, but like he punched him the same way. It was like a little jab, and it was just kind of like comical that he did it with the lady. Like, like I don't know. There are a couple parts that I just like were kind of like funny, and I don't know if it was like in a good way necessarily. Maybe chuckle. So yeah. That's the ritual.
The ritual.
Let's wrap this up.
Let's do it.
What are you looking forward to?
What am I looking forward to? I had something at the beginning of this podcast, and now I don't know what it was. What was it? Mia, what was it? Tell me. Well, how about this? I'm looking forward to you finishing Hollow Knight. Like, I want you to just get it done. I'm over it.
I'm over it. Okay. Sorry.
That's alright.
I've ruined the name for you.
It's alright. It's not ruined. I'm sorry I didn't introduce you to this game properly. I feel like I should have done it a different way.
I'm just weird. I've got my quirks and I don't know. I think it's also I have a hard time enjoying a game where like it's just me playing it and you watching me play. It's one thing like if we play a game together or something, and even times I don't know, it's not like I get embarrassed necessarily. Like if I do bad or something, I think I just like feel pressure on me when I'm being watched.
I mean, I told you that from the beginning. It's like it's because of me I'm watching you, and I should have let you play this game on your own.
Yeah, but I don't know that I would have. So like I just don't know. I don't know how we could have gone about this differently. Because again, there's things I like about it, and I feel like if I was like to play it, I could have done the whole thing on my own. I think I would have had raging moments. Like it wouldn't have gone to me as much and upset me. And I probably would have just set it down a lot more often and just gone back to it.
Yeah.
And it's probably the type of game I would like put a video on and be listening to a video while playing, so that like, I had like something distracting me and like focus me on something else so I didn't get as upset.
Mm-hmm.
But like sitting there with like nothing else to focus on except for me doing badly at a boss or something, or having to go back and collect this again and again, like, I think that just made it hard for me. And I don't know.
Well, never again will I let you play a game while I'm watching that I've already played. If
Maybe I
anything,
just
yeah, if anything, if I really want you to play a game, I'm just gonna tell you, hey, you play it on your own time.
maybe I needed to like stream it.
Yeah.
And then you could have watched back my streams.
Yeah, maybe that could be the solution.
Like maybe that was, because then I could do it in my own time, at my leisure. I don't know. I just
All right, what about you?
um jeez. I had something too. What week is it? It's almost August. I'm looking forward to your birthday next month, sir, even though you aren't.
Gross.
Even though
I'm
you
getting
aren't,
old.
because I love you and you're getting old, but I'm getting old. We get to grow together, hopefully, not
I'm
wood.
getting old. I'm one day closer to death.
Even a baby is. That's life. Enjoy your health while you got it.
You ever wonder if you've reached your half point?
I mean, I feel like I'm a human. I think about death daily. I think about, like that something could just come along and end your life. Here's the thing. I have an existential crisis almost nightly. So I will fall asleep pretty hard, and then I'll have some weird dreams and stuff, and then I'll wake up, and that first time I wake, usually in the middle of the night or like after sleeping for like an hour or two, I will start thinking about life and death and the fact that there might not be anything after this, and headset way and what happened
Mm-hmm.
matter. But I'm also scared of dying. Like I like on a regular basis that nightly when I wake up.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I go somewhere when I sleep, and I feel like I'm like almost dead when I'm asleep. Like I'm in some other like life or something, even though it's day something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like wake up and I feel like I like had exist for a little while.
Yeah.
And that's like a nightly occurrence. But guess what? I still go about my day. I feel better later on, and I'm gonna celebrate birthdays and not dread it too much, because I do like my life and I do want to keep living it, and you know,
Yeah.
so stop being so hard on yourself and stop being so upset about aging. Look,
Yeah.
I'm the woman. I'm the one
You
with
are
all
the
the
woman.
societal pressure on me about everything. I'm the one that has to like, worry about wrinkles or sagging body parts, or,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't envy you. Sorry.
guys get better with age. Not that women don't, but society really likes to be really mean on women, and all of the internet things try and sell you all these things all the time. Get this procedure done, get this, use this cream for this, blah blah.
All right. Let's end it.
End it. Somebody's hungry. All right. See you next time.
All right.
On that wonderful topic.
All right. See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.